You're listening to Liverpool Live 24/7 with myself, Gary Williams, and, of course, Lee Stewart. And on the phone, we have Dave from Falcon Blues TV. Good afternoon, Dave.
Hello, Gary. Hello, Lee. How's it going? You okay?
We're good, thank you. On a very wet and miserable day. Great day for football. You must be happy, though, nonetheless.
Well, when it's raining, it's optimum conditions, isn't it? You know, that slideys everywhere. As if a good game to put you all in.
That's it. I'd love to be playing in it right now, to be honest.
Oh, definitely.
Right, the Blues, you must be really pleased with things at the moment.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, you look at when we were back in the studio just a few weeks ago, and we were 3-0 down to Blackpool.
Yeah.
You know, we all sat there and gone, where is this season going to take us?
Yeah.
And, you know, four signings later, we're, you know, top of the league and breathing down the necks of everyone, you know.
It is. You're not quite top of the league yet.
Well,
I think Leicester are top, aren't they?
Alphabetically, I'm not going on goal score. Alphabetically, we should be.
Well, you've got a great chance this afternoon. But before we get on to this afternoon's game, what about last week? How did you? Was you really impressed with not just the League Cup, but also in the league against... I'm forgetting who you played now.
It was Palace.
It was Palace, yeah. I was thinking West Brom. It was Palace.
It was Palace last week, yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you remember, Palace destroyed Man United, and then obviously they played the Blues.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, you look at just the form in general for Everton. You know, you look at the away games that we played, Spurs, Fleetwood away, and then Palace away. That's 3 away games on the spin that we've won.
Yeah.
And Everton don't win away.
No, that's true.
You know,
historically they don't. Yeah.
Historically, yeah. But you looked at last week, and you know, with the goal that we conceded, you would look at that any other Everton side, and go, "We're going to dip here."
Yeah.
But you look at this side now, and they're capable of going. Well, actually, no, we're going to battle. You know, and it's a side capable of grinding out results like we did against Palace. I mean, Palace didn't really put much of a glove on us in that second half.
No.
But we were making our own silly mistakes, which was leading to putting pressure on the midfield and on the defence. But we grounded out and we got exactly what we deserved from it. You know, I don't think we actually looked like losing the game.
Yeah.
But we just need to I think even Ancelotti's going to be aware of it, to cut out the silly mistakes, and then things will start to change with Everton like it has done in the last 5-6 games.
Yeah, I was going to say that myself. I've noticed, I mean, since before this season started, we discussed, you know, where we can see Everton being. And we mentioned when you were in last time, George Sefton, the voice of Anfield, his predictions were that Everton will be fighting for the league with Liverpool in the next couple of seasons. And at this rate, it's looking like it could be this season, if I'm honest, because it's just been, you know, what everyone's expecting from Ancelotti. He seems to be delivering.
That's it. Well, Ancelotti's come here not to finish 6th, 7th, come away with nothing.
Yeah.
You know, he did that at Chelsea and proved that, you know, I'm not here to just sit on my laurels and just pick up results and maybe just swan about in the league. I'm here to be serious. And
you can tell that as well, especially through midweek as well. It was still not a full strength Everton side, but it was still strong enough, and you can tell he has taken all cup seriously.
Definitely, and well, it's Everton needs something. You know, I think Everton coming away, if we were to finish in the top 6, top 7,
yeah,
and come away with a bit of silverware this season, even if it is this Carabao Cup, EFL Cup, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I think Evertonians would be very happy, and you know, on a personal level, definitely, because silverware is what it's all about.
It is. Was there anyone in particular that stood out against West Ham?
I think it's got to be, obviously, Calvert-Lewin banging in a hat-trick.
Yeah.
For me, the player who's been head and shoulders above everyone, and not including James in this, is Richarlison.
Yeah.
His work rate, his effort, his determination, and, you know, hopefully by 2 o'clock we hear that he's passed the late fitness test and he's available to play, because he's vital to this side.
Yes, and there were a few injuries in that game, wasn't there? Allen went down as well, John Joe Kenny.
Yeah.
Is there any news on them, possibly? Are they going to be ruled out today?
They're definitely ruled out, yeah. I think Ancelotti mentioned that Allen and John Joe Kenny are definitely out. Andre Gomez is a late like fitness test along with Richarlison as well. He went over quite badly on his ankle. That's the replays. It's one of them replays you don't want to see.
Oh, I know.
And they slow it down and say, "Oh no, just stop. Just we know he's injured now." It's one of them. But,
yeah. So could it be a few weeks maybe, or there's been nothing yet?
They said it's an abductor with a lance, so probably looking about maybe 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah,
which will suit you for the derby there.
Well, that's not the way we want to. If we were to get a result in that one, it's not because of injuries. We don't want any excuses. I'd much rather Everton be full strength, and Liverpool too, because Liverpool certainly have, obviously. Mane's now tested positive for COVID and all this sort of thing,
as well as Thiago.
Yeah, as well as Thiago. So it's strange times, isn't it? But luckily, Everton aren't affected by that at the moment, and hopefully they don't. Brighton, it should be 3 points for Everton, shouldn't it?
It should be, but I think we've still got to be at our best. If you look at that result against United last week, they were really unlucky in the league. Getting that 99th minute penalty when the whistle was blown.
Yeah.
And obviously they got beat 3-0 earlier in the week by United, but they're still playing some really good football. So with our depleted side that we're going to have, because obviously we're going to have two out over there, we're going to have to still be at our best.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Ancelotti will push to as well. Saying, listen, doesn't matter who's missing. With Everton, we need to be at the top of our game every game.
That's right. I don't know enough about Brighton at the moment. Do you, Dave? That's why we just automatically assume, and it's dangerous, I think, to assume that Everton are just going to go into this game and wipe the floor with Brighton, but they're going to have a game plan. And teams, I think you would think maybe the fans not being there could suit a Brighton, and this is the sort of game that in the past Everton could slip up, but you wouldn't think so, would you? This team is high on confidence. They're so much stronger. The depth of the squad as well. It's just looking so good. It's so promising for Everton at the moment.
I think, as you said, it's the confidence side of things. We're unbeaten in now 6 games, 3 in the cup.
Yeah.
It's Everton's to throw away, really, this game. But if we've got players like Calvert-Lewin, who's on form. James, who is, just mercurial. He's just an absolutely magical player.
He is.
Evertonians are gutted that they're not on the ground to actually see this lad play.
Yeah.
It's Everton's to throw away, I think. But I think we can come out of this comfortably if we play to our strengths.
I would think so. Score predictions for today?
I still think we've got a goal in us to concede, so I'll go 2-1 Everton. If Richarlison's available, Richarlison with both.
I tell you what, myself personally, I don't know if you're aware, Dave, last week we gave our predictions for Everton and for Liverpool, and I predicted 2-1 for Everton last week, and I predicted 3-1 for Liverpool, and I'm using every opportunity I get to rub it into Gary because I was right with both of them. But I tell you what, I don't know what it is about today. I think you're right. I think, Everton may concede a goal, but my genuine opinion for today, I think Everton are going to bang a few in. I think it's going to be something like 4-1 to Everton today. I really do.
I'll hold off putting my house on that one then, Liam. That's all right.
I tell you what, no, I'm right more often than not. So
that's it. I mean, well, you look at Calvert-Lewin, who's now scored 8 goals in 5 games.
Yeah.
Richarlison's getting involved in the score, and even Michael Keane as well. We've got players who can score from every position at the moment, which is what we've needed for so long. So hopefully, I'll be happy if we scored a couple of goals. I'm happy with that, of course. But I just think, as we said, Brighton are playing well. I just think we just got to be at the top of our game against them.
Who's going to slot in replace of Allen?
You're probably looking at a 3 still, Gomez, Doucouré, and probably Sigurdsson, with James playing just behind, if Richarlison's available, just behind Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah.
Because he's enjoying this 4-3-3 formation he's playing at the moment. So I think if he's going to bring someone in, it probably will be someone who's confident and capable on the ball, like Sigurdsson.
Yeah.
Unless he puts in a Iwobi or gives Walcott a run out, I don't know.
Have you noticed a style of play that Everton have adopted under Ancelotti, particularly this season?
Yeah, I mean, we're still looking at playing out the back and everything, but it's more get the ball on the front, get on the front foot and get the ball moving. It's moving with a lot more pace.
Yeah.
You know, it's players playing for each other and working hard for each other. Like I said, Bobby Richarlison is the link between the defence, the midfield, and the attack. In most times when you've seen him, he's covering left back for Luca Dean or for Nkunku earlier in the week. He's building up play in the midfield, and he's off, and he's always looking. As soon as he's got the ball, get the ball forward. Same with James, get into that midfield, get into the middle of the pitch, and everyone just seems to just back off from him, and it gives him all this time to just look around and go, right, okay, what are the options? And you've seen some of the stuff he's played, some of the balls he's put into feet and in the air. Just it's been excellent to watch, and this is just a different Everton side that we've seen for many a year.
I can tell in your voice how excited you are.
Oh yeah, I haven't even had a drink.
Speaking of that, obviously, if the COVID restrictions weren't in place now, there's a good chance you'd be at the game yourself. What's your plans for today then for watching the match? Are you going to be watching it at home with friends, out and about, or? I'm
in the Falcon at the moment, as we're obviously in our studio. We're doing a bit of recording, and obviously with you guys. So hopefully if they don't get kicked out before 10. Yeah. I'll probably end up staying in the Falcon, to be honest with you.
Sounds like a good plan.
Makes sense.
There was another question that's just slipped my mind. But it was actually that's a reminder. It's just come back to me, so that's good. I was thinking that under Ancelotti, I'm thinking of his days at Milan in particular, at AC Milan rather than Real Madrid and all the other millions of clubs that he's been at, Napoli and so on. But I'm thinking he played a counter-attacking football, but Everton are not going to play like that, obviously, today, because they're going to be on the front foot. But have we not seen any of that against Tottenham, or will we see that in the derby? Because my worry as a Liverpool fan is that Everton go in front, and then it's just a typical Ancelotti Italian brick wall.
Italian defence, yeah.
That Liverpool have got to try and break down, and that's what I'm thinking in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I watched Hughes last week, and you just see how high so many teams play against Hughes, and it's just a simple knock through the midfield, knock over the top, and teams make it easy for Hughes to do it.
Yeah.
Because they play such a high line when you don't need to against Liverpool, because you've got that much up front in pace and in technical ability. You'll just get broken down every time, and it's a simple knock over, and you're in trouble.
Yeah,
so
I've always thought that if a team plays like a Man City, always suits, even though even Pep has changed and adapted different ways of playing, and even Arsenal last week, but sometimes it just playing from the back is just going to play into the Liverpool press, and that's something he will be completely aware of going into the derby in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. It was like that when we played against his first game back after lockdown.
Yeah,
we try not to let you have too much of the ball at the back as well, and and rather than us trying to play it at the back, we played it through the midfield, and we're a lot more stronger. So I can see Ancelotti trying to do something similar against us, because otherwise you just get punished.
Yeah,
it's too easy.
Oh, well, it's something to look forward to, isn't it? We'll hopefully speak to you before the derby as well.
Yeah, definitely.
It might be difficult on the actual day.
Well, I mean, I'm sure we may be able to get
it's an early kickoff as well. They've moved it to a very early kickoff now as well, haven't they? So that's something. So it's been a pleasure.
Do something after the game. It'd be good to get an analysis on that, really, wouldn't it?
Yeah. We'll do our best to do that.
Yeah, brilliant.
Brilliant. Thanks for your input today, Dave.
Pleasure, lads.
Yep, hopefully we'll get you back in the studio before the derby.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed we'll get you as well as Paul back in.
We'll get the boxing gloves on. Enjoy today, mate, and I hope it all goes well for you. Take care.
You too.